Morning, friends. This is Vinay from DreamDex. As you know, that DreamDex is continuously working to provide knowledge base to secure your WordPress websites. Most often, I've been asked this question. What is a hacker? You know, what is the threat, and why would someone will hack my website? Uh, Friends, this is very important to understand the threat, and most importantly, to understand what is a hacker, specifically in case of open source framework like WordPress and others. Unfortunately, there are people and system actively working to hack websites. The word hacker may bring a few ideas in mind. Most often, something like a ever elusive hooded teenager working in a dark basement, continuously working to hack your stuff. Some agents infiltrating criminals or foreign governments. You know, underground network that fights for freedom, equality, or expose corruption, and so on. So, friends, while all of these hacker scenarios do exist, however, they are unlikely to target your personal WordPress website. You may be tempted to personalize attacks, but the reality is, a hacker is more like a mindless robot. By robot, we mean bots or automated programs that has a connection to the internet. Just like a robotic arm at a manufacturing plant, which is programmed to do specific things, these bots similarly work every second of every day to perform their programmed tasks as often as they can on as many sites as they can. The logic of hacking bots can often be summarized as find a website and launch this specific attack. The goal is, the goal of attacks is often to make the the attacked website into yet another bot that can be given specific tasks. The task can range from attacking other sites to sending spam or sending phishing emails. In other words, these bots don't know what your site is about, or nor do they care. To the creator of the bot, each compromised website give them access to more resources to create a revenue stream in one way or other. It's like creating a network of resources that can be used for attacks to other uh, websites on the internet. Uh, to reply the other question, which was why would someone want to hack my website? These are, imagine there are currently tens of millions of websites on the internet. WordPress powers about 30% of them, if you know. Unfortunately, the sheer amount of WordPress site make it an easy target. Recently, one of the antivirus company Securi releases a report with roughly 80% of the sites that they worked on in 2016 their WordPress websites. This number you know can make you worry, as a WordPress website owner, and you might think that WordPress websites are no more secure, and it is. Security found that most instances compromises had nothing to do with the core of WordPress program. Instead, WordPress compromises had to do with improper deployment, configurational errors, and overall maintenance by the webmaster and the owner of the website. Even friends, even with these known WordPress security issues, WordPress is secure. You keep my words. WordPress is secure if you keep it up to date and use some of the WordPress security best practices. We have covered some of the best practices in WordPress security in our earlier article, and I'm going to release one more article to specifically tells you about the specific things you can do with your WordPress website. But overall, when it comes to WordPress security, it's not about if you get attacked, but rather how to prevent these hacks from being successful on your website. So what can we do? You can drastically improve your WordPress security by reviewing some of the most common best practices, I would say. is to keep strong password. You can take help of a password manager. uh, the one thing I would like to cover in this article is two-factor authentication in your login sections on the website. Two-factor authentication is not a mere nuisance. It's a real security. Somebody tend to think that if they log in to a program, to a website, and again they are forced to add one more uh, one-time password or any authentication password to get the real access. It's not a mere nuisance. It's really a security feature. And do you know how it works? A two-factor authentication is a process of verifying a person's identity by requiring two methods of verification. Either something something you have, or something you are. While it's easy to think two-factor authentication is annoying, it's time to get past the inconvenience and educate everyone we know about the value of using the method to secure your logins. If someone is able to snag your credentials, it won't do them any good if you have two-factor authentication enabled on your website. Not only would a hacker need to have your username and password, they would need to have your mobile device with them to hack you. Uh, this is pretty highly recommended from our company, and even a lot of people on the community you will find recommending two-factor authentication uh, wherever you can. I mean, it's just not about WordPress websites, your emails, your financial accounts, your social networking. Wherever it is available, you should do that. There are plugins or tools available that can easily achieve two-factor authentication to your WordPress login. Any two-factor authentication app for your mobile that supports TOTP, that means time-based one-time passwords, can work with these tools. Regularly change your WordPress keys. That's, I mean, we should cover it in another article, but there are keys attached with the WordPress install when you install it. So you should continuously change those keys to make sure your website is not vulnerable. Use secure file permissions. There are files uh, that needs extra security from accessible perspective. So you should provide secure file permission so that they cannot be accessed through FTP or any other means of server access. Use secure FTP whenever it is possible. Use SSL on your WordPress sites, and keep your website up to date. The plugins, themes, or even the core WordPress software. Friends, I'm going to be releasing one more article pretty soon, which tells you specifically about things that you should do on your website from security standpoint. Keep an eye and have a good day. Thank you.